Good morning, children. I hope after 1 month summer break, now you people are quite fresh. So let's start the next chapter of chemistry, which is your chapter number 16, Water, a Precious Resource, of your NCERT book. Water. What is water? Water is a name of a liquid state of H2O. Or in other way we can say that chemical formula of water in liquid state is H2O, and it is a substance which is composed of chemical elements hydrogen and oxygen. Water is a transparent, means colorless, tasteless, odorless substance which is the main constituent of Earth's hydrosphere. It is one of the most plentiful and essential of compounds. It has the important ability to dissolve many other substances, because of which it is also called as universal solvent. 22nd March is celebrated as World Water Day to bring the awareness among the people about the conservation of water, about the saving of water. That is, we should save the water. Year 2003 was called as the International Year of Fresh Water to bring awareness among the people about the importance of water as a resource and why it is depleting at such a fast rate. Means the availability of the water for the human consumption is reducing day by day because of its pollution. As you know, 71% of Earth's surface is covered with water. However, all of that cannot be consumed by the living organisms. As the given figure here shows that 97% of Earth's surface water is saline, that is present in the oceans and seas, and rest of the 3% of Earth's water is fresh, that is present in the ice caps, glaciers and underground. This fresh water can be obtained from underground rivers and lakes. Even then, just 1%, only 1% of our fresh water is easily accessible, with much of it trapped in glaciers and snowfields. You people are very much aware about that matter exists in three states: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. Solid state. Water also exists in solid form as ice and snow on the earth. Liquid state. Water exists in liquid state in rivers, lakes, oceans and under the ground. Gaseous state. Water exists as water vapor in the atmosphere. So children, water is the only substance on the earth which exists in all the three forms of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Our next topic is water cycle. Maybe in the previous classes you have drawn this water cycle. You know that water on the earth has been maintained for millions of years by various processes which make the water cycle. And when water circulates through the water cycle, it can be found in all the three forms, that is solid, liquid and gas, at any given time somewhere on the earth. Let's discuss in details. Water cycle. It is a natural process that continuously happens on the earth. The water cycle maintains the amount of the water on the earth, and it can be divided into four different phases. Number one, evaporation. It is a process when the water from the earth's surface gets converted into water vapor due to the heat of the sun. The water vapors then gets into the air. Second is condensation. The water vapor rises up in the atmosphere and get accumulated above, condenses and form water droplets. These water droplets collect together and form clouds. Third is precipitation. When the volume of the water droplets increases in the atmosphere, it falls on the earth as rainfall, also called as precipitation. Sometimes it also occurs as snowfall in some areas as well as hails also. And the last one process is collection of water or accumulation of water. As the water falls back on the earth, it travels along the surface and gets accumulated at different places like lakes, rivers, seas, oceans and under the ground also. That is how the amount of water is regulated on the earth with the help of this cyclic process, that is water cycle. Next topic is water table. What is water table? The water that falls on the earth's surface slips inside the earth and gets accumulated in the cracks and the gaps of the rocks present inside the water. Water table is the uppermost layer of the water present beneath the earth. The water table can vary from one place to another. It means the availability of underground water vary from one place to another. What is groundwater? The water that is present beneath the water table of a place is called as groundwater. This water gets accumulated inside the earth because of the different sources. Number one, rainwater that falls on the earth slips inside the ground. Number two, water in the rivers, lakes and ponds often slips into the earth and get accumulated as groundwater. This groundwater is generally obtained by digging wells, using hand pumps and electric pumps also. Now let's discuss two processes which are responsible for replenishing of the groundwater. Number one is infiltration. The process by which water accumulates into the ground by traveling through the soil pores is called infiltration. Number two, percolation. Percolation is movement of water past the soil going deep into the groundwater. Thus, the groundwater gets recharged by these two processes, that is infiltration and percolation. Next topic is aquifer. The underground layer of rocks that contain water present between their cracks and unconsolidated materials like gravel, sand or silt and empty spaces is called as aquifer. Groundwater is stored between layers of hard rocks below the water table is actually aquifer. Let's list out some uses of underground water. Groundwater is fresh water and therefore can be used for various purposes such as consumption or for drinking, domestic purposes, irrigation of crops, water services in the public buildings and offices, firefighting, industrial purposes. Thank you children. We will continue our chapter next time. Till that, please keep revising the chapter.